for tea tonight. We're having some chicken breasts. It has got salt and pepper on it. I've also sprinkled some of this on the chicken breast. I've also mixed up some mayonnaise with some lazy garlic and put that on top of the chicken. And then I've added some mozzarella and tomatoes and then some dill. So I cannot wait. And I've got some baby potatoes as well. Jackson won't eat that, unfortunately, so got him a wee pepperoni pizza. Good morning, guys. It is 25 to 9. It's Wednesday. I'm waiting for my teenager to get out of the shower so I can get him off to school. Anyway, I was a bit quiet yesterday. I felt rotten. It's time of the month, and honestly, I feel like it's been like wiping me out. I've got another spot on my face. I've got such like acne prone skin. I have always had quite a spotty face growing up, and when I was younger I used to have really bad like cystic acne over my cheeks, and that's why I have like these like marks here. This side isn't so bad, but this side, sometimes when I wear makeup, depending on the lighting, you can sometimes see it. But I've ordered some new skincare from the Beauty Crop, so it should hopefully come this week. My tripod is not the best. It keeps like sliding. I need to get a new one. Anyway, so we went to some charity shops today, and I thought I would show you some bits that I picked up. So I don't usually go like charity shopping much. I feel like the charity shops around here aren't the best. Anyway, I got this dish and I'm gonna make like a rhubarb like pie. I've actually just picked some rhubarb. There's some rhubarb like across on the verge from me, so I've just picked some. So I'll get it all washed. Wash this as well. And then I also picked up these bowls. I've got a set of 4, so I thought those were quite cute and just different, so I got all of them. Next charity shop I went into, there's a few things actually in the last charity shop I thought of purchasing, but I didn't bother. Anyway, I ended up getting this little round casserole dish. It was £1. Absolute bargain. Another like tart kind of pastry tray, and this one's just slightly larger, so it's literally the same except like same size. So I chopped up my rhubarb. I've just chucked it in a pan just now with some lemon juice. I've put in some honey and I've put in about 3-4 tablespoons of sugar, and I'm just going to let that simmer away and soften up, and then I'm going to make my base for my pie. I say pie, but it's kind of like a crumble, but I want it to have like a pie kind of base to it, so that's what I am away to do. Okay, so I'm gonna put my mixture for my rhubarb in this little pastry dish. My rhubarb mixture. Okay, so this is what you want your topping to look like. And then I am just gonna sprinkle this on top. And then your crumble will look like this. Rhubarb pudding is made. I just tasted it. It tastes amazing. So I decided to make some dough. Look at that dough in my bread maker, because I'm making cinnamon buns. So I'll leave the recipe if you want it below. So this is my bread maker. I made a video on it before. This was such a good buy because I use it for a lot of things, not just bread. Obviously you can make so much doughs in there, and I use it to make doughs for like my cinnamon buns, pizza buns, all that kind of thing. So it's a Rowlett bread maker. You get this, you've got a wee scales, and it comes on and off like this. So yeah, anyway, I'm currently making some chicken fried rice. Chicken's in the air fryer. I made the egg fried rice. That's pasta for Jackson. Rolled out my dough, and what I've done is for the cinnamon filling, I just melted some butter, mixed it with some cinnamon and brown sugar, and I just let it firm up a little bit in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is just coat that. Just spray my casserole dish with this PME cake glue spray, just so it's easier for the cinnamon buns to come out once they've been cooked in the oven. And I'm just gonna shove them in. So my bread maker's on because I'm making some buns. This is the cinnamon rolls. They've obviously risen. So I'm gonna put these in the oven and then I'll show you once they come out. Hello, it is Sunday. It is the day of my friend's baby shower. I have just gotten organised for the day. This isn't the top that I was originally going to put on. I ended up changing. I was having a bit of a wobble day, but where am I gonna prop you? I thought I would show you my outfit. So I've got on this long like midi skirt, and I've just got on some sandals. I've got on just these were from Primark. And then this top is actually from PLT. This wasn't the top I was originally going to put on, but I decided to change and went for this. So I've prepped all the foods. I did the cake yesterday. Good morning, it is Monday. I'm just away to go and get Georgia dressed for school. It's like 8 o'clock. Their bus comes in like 25 minutes. So I need to get a move on. I've not had my coffee this morning yet, so really need to get a coffee. I like to have my coffee in the morning, but I was busy and I ended up cleaning my bathroom. I've got so much washing to catch up on today, like so much washing. So that's all we're doing. New Hoover. Went for another shark. Let's give it a bash. Hello, I've been very quiet on my socials for the past few days. I was working this morning, but I ended up having to cut it short because I had to go get Jackson from school. But Josh ended up already heading for him because I missed my calls on my phone from the school that Jackson hurt himself. So basically he fell today at school with someone on his shoulders. Why he had someone on his shoulders, I don't know. Anyway, he fell back, hurt his shoulder, like down his neck and stuff. So I phoned 111 to see what they said because I thought it could be fractured maybe, I don't know. But they said they think it's just soft tissue damage, so what can you do? They basically just said Calpol, ibuprofen, it's not any better within 24 hours to call back. So he's currently resting in my bed. I'm gonna go get a hot water bottle for him just to kind of have on. So yeah, I just feel like life is chaotic, but I'm keeping it real. Anyway, I need to find a hot water bottle because I have no idea where they are. So I can't remember if I have said, but I'm getting back into my baking. I gave it up at the beginning of the year and I really regretted it. The reason I gave it up was because I was also working my other job that I had, and when I first got my job last year, I'd also opened up my bake shed, so I was really struggling to like find the balance with them both. So I wasn't really putting in 100% into my bake shed, and I was finding that it was busy sometimes and other times it wasn't, and it's really hard to gauge how much to make. I think for me as well, I'm kind of like, I'm not out the way, but I'm like off of a main road, so like you have to kind of travel up a little country road and then turn into where I live. And because the bake shed was kind of just like at my front garden, it was obviously handy for me because it was right on my doorstep. But I feel like I don't know if I feel like I could have made more if I put it down at the bottom of the road, but obviously I feel like I would need to kind of contact the council. That I don't really know, but I sold my bake shed when I decided to give up my baking. But ever since I gave up my baking, I have still got everything like in that porch. Is where all my baking stuff is. There's like a huge shelving unit in there with stuff, and I never got rid of it. Josh kept saying to me, I just put it on as a job lot on Facebook, and I was like, if I'm being honest, I don't really want to. And I feel like I've been in a bit of a rut with myself, and I decided that I wanted to go back to my baking because I feel like that's where my heart is at most. Now, I've really struggled since having my kids to find a career path as such, just because I've dedicated my life to having my kids and bringing them up. And now that Jackson and George are at a good age, I feel like I'm ready to just kind of push myself out there more. So I have got an idea in my head of what I would like to do with my baking business. Obviously I need the funds for it and it will take time, but obviously with any business you have to start from here and work your way up here, which I'm willing to do and put hard work into. Ideally, I would love to have a little wee bakery cafe. That would be a dream come true for me. Obviously, again, with the funds situation, I don't even know where to begin opening up a cafe. Obviously, you need to have like so much stuff for that, but I'm manifesting that. I would absolutely love to have a little wee bakery cafe. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up my vlog here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna have another one hopefully up for you next week. I have a lot of baking and things to do, so I'll probably share some bits on there for you as well. And thanks for watching. Bye.